Yo.
King, only got one question. Can I have a podcast? YouTube, GloYard Gang, podcast listeners all over the globe, guys. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Cap and Crown NBA Podcast, members only edition. Listen, guys, we definitely appreciate y'all joining us for another episode. We dedicate Fridays to the members of the channel, just our way of showing thanks to y'all for showing love to the channel in that special way. You know, it's morning time, man. You know, you ain't got the crust still in your corner of your eyes and all that stuff, man. You ain't even got out the bed yet. Bowl of cereal like it's Saturday morning. Listen, y'all, we appreciate y'all joining us for another one. All right, y'all already know what we do over here, man. We talk all things NBA, no matter what the subject is, man. We talk all things NBA. We appreciate y'all for joining us. But if you guys would like to join us for these conversations, simply hit that subscribe button. Join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, guys, as we have these talks. And also, too, if everybody can hit them likes for us, man, that'd be much appreciated as well. All right. And members of the channel, if you already know, if you got any questions, any comments, add it to the comment section, and we'll get to those here toward the end of the show. All right, King, you ready to get to it, man? We got a nice little subjects to get to, man. We could talk about a few things here. You know, kind of the state of the NBA right now. Should players have podcasts going on? We're gonna talk about that. And just are we putting Adam Silver's feet to the fire, man? Are we putting his feet to the fire? Because you know, there are some things that need to be changed up. And you know, we kind of talked about it here before on the show throughout the year, or maybe a couple of years, maybe a few, because we've been talking about this for a while. There are some people that feel like players shouldn't have podcasts. There's some people that feel like players should have podcasts. So we're going to get into a little bit of I Was Told, King, and see what they talk about.
I was told.
I was told.
I was told. I was told.
King, I was told by your favorite point guard of all time. Tim Hardaway Sr. says active NBA players shouldn't. Okay. Why do you? You better not have a podcast, is what he said, King. Exactly how he said it, too. Just believe what I said. He's not the only one who feels that way, bro. A lot of old school players, for sure, have kind of commented on this before. So, I mean, get your thoughts on this, man. You know, with the way the state of kind of how social media and stuff like that works, and everybody got a voice now, as far as or should I say a platform now, you know, just kind of get your thoughts on it, bro. Should NBA players have podcasts or should they not have podcasts? Uh-oh, you muted, King. You probably didn't even mute you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I believe they should have podcasts, but I think there should be standards to the way they do their podcast. So I'm not with Timmy 100%, but I do understand what he's talking about, because I think we talk about it on the show quite a bit. I think there's we've all had jobs, and we understand that when you don't own a business, there's a certain standard you got to have, a certain SOP, a certain look, a certain way you just keep yourself on a job in order to be presentable and professional, correct? I think that with NBA players as well, they should have that same standard, knowing that, you know, it may be times where you're having a bad season, or your team's having a bad season and all. And you need to understand yourself that that's a bad look to be out here talking when you out here shooting. You feel me? You normally shoot 40% from three, but you're shooting 30% this year or something like that. Like, that's something you probably shouldn't be talking on a camera. You should probably be using that time on the camera in the gym, shooting and all that stuff. Like, that's the image you should be presenting, I should say. But I think it's up to the NBA players. I never want to take away freedoms. I always think you should have the freedom to do what you want. But at the same time, with freedom, I tell everybody, with freedom comes consequences. And there are consequences that come with the freedoms that you choose. So if NBA players want to choose this, I think it's correct that folks criticize them and talk about them, i.e. Playoff P. I'm not gonna lie, that's the main guy I think about when I think about it. Is
Yeah, that's what I would think about.
Yeah, as far as what's his name? Damn, I just forgot his name that quick. Paul George. Jeez, we just talked about that earlier. As far as forgetting people's names, but Paul George and all. As far as him moving on, still having a podcast, but even like a Draymond Green and all that stuff here, and stuff with his name and the situations he's been in the middle of the season and all that stuff. To have a podcast and to be talking about other folks on your podcast, that's kind of a nasty look. So I understand what he's saying, but I don't think we should go to the extreme of you shouldn't have a podcast, but maybe just have better standards. Maybe the teams should maybe set standards in the contracts and all as far as what you can talk about, kind of like riding motorcycles and things like that, and when you can talk about stuff.
Yeah, because I was thinking this the other day when this subject came up. I would say, won't they start doing it more in the summertime, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these guys are actually sponsored by big corporations and stuff like that. So those guys are going to want you to talk about have a episode every so often throughout the year, right? Not just the season, but the year. So you're talking during the season and during the off season or whatever, right? Like you said, like for example, Draymond, right? It's just the only difference is you probably have a little bit more time now during the off season to talk a little bit more than you do during the regular season or whatever. So it's just I'm with you when it seems like your priorities are kind of shifting a little bit, when winning and focusing on the main goal is not your priority. That's when you see people starting to kind of lean to, hey man, maybe you need to get off that podcast, like you just said. Prime example, you remember when Paul George kind of was like you said, he was struggling but still had the podcast, and it took like people on social media and all that stuff like killing him, and then he finally decided to step away. That's type of stuff I think people are talking about. It's like you doing what you're doing, you're not performing up to what we think you should perform to. You're making all this money, and the last thing we want to hear you talk about is another team, what they should do. Right?
Talk about yourself.
Exactly. What should you be doing? Have a whole hour-long segment about what you should be doing, right? You don't get a lot of that. I was gonna say this, bro. Times are definitely different, because you remember back when David Stern and them was in charge of stuff. Man, you couldn't do stuff like this. Not just having a podcast, but in fact, you couldn't talk about any other team.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think the last person I heard to get fined for talking about another team was Magic Johnson right before he quit the Lakers. And so now it's to the point here, you even got Bob Myers, who's part of the front office of the 76ers, talking about a player that's not even on his team. When he talked about LeBron trying to give him to the team and all that stuff. Back then, you couldn't do that. So now, even more.
LeBron a free agent though, right? He free agent though.
Yeah, but you can't do that type of stuff. Like you never seen a GM or a president go on any type of podcast or radio talk about that, because they got fined for that.
Yeah,
right.
But I thought the issue with him, not to say you're incorrect, I just thought the issue with him was it was after free agency, and Braun was a free agent, so I think it doesn't matter when that happened because he's not on the team.
Well, probably now, but back then you never heard.
Yeah, you never heard. I agree with you though. You never heard of GMs in them talk.
Prime example, you never even heard Mark Cuban doing that. No. That dude ran his mouth more than anybody, right? And he was the one who talked about who they were getting and who they weren't getting, right? It wasn't Donnie, it was him. You never heard him do that because you got fined for that type of stuff. If the player's not on your team, you couldn't talk about him like that. You know what I'm saying? And so now they got free reign to do that. Like I said, Bob Mark can go on the podcast now and say, I want this guy, that guy, man, he should do this, do that. And like you got folks in the uproar, but it's like obviously it ain't a big deal anymore because, like I said, you got players who talk about other teams and all that stuff now too on podcasts. It's a different time and age. Like I said, I mean, that's part of the whole Adam Silver effect, I guess, man. We'll talk about that later. But it is like I said, I don't really care about it, bro. You already know what I care about. It's the misinformation that they complain about, you know what I'm saying, coming their way. But then they turn around and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the part I don't like. Or like in Draymond's case, you know what I'm saying? He'll sit there and criticize people till the cows come home, but as soon as they throw the criticism at him, you get personal. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. If you talking about doing this in the podcast and trying to do this new media and all that stuff, man, I need you to be, if you're gonna be as diligent about it as you want to be, you know what I'm saying? You need to know the ins and outs of how this works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad if they criticize you for it.
None of the top guys
criticize people all the time.
Yeah, none of the top guys aren't really doing it either. Just LeBron, but LeBron a different beast. LeBron has got a foot out the door and all that stuff. Like he is established. Like that's a different.
Yeah, LeBron wasn't doing
You feel
this
me? Like
in
like
2012.
when he 2012 and all that stuff, he wouldn't be doing this. So you got certain type of players that'll play this. Pause. Like Draymond Green. Draymond Green loved to test the waters and do stuff. That's excuse me, Draymond Green. This is personality. That's the way he plays ball and all. He's gonna do that stuff. Paul George love to call himself names and all that stuff and to go out there and not perform. Like that's the type of player you feel me that he is. So you kind of. I think certain players. I don't think Wemby would do this. And Wemby been on a little thing with the media and with the fans right now, but like a Wemby mentality and the way he talks, I don't think he'd do a podcast. You feel me? Like he's gonna be, I don't know. Like you say, it's quote unquote.
No. You said mentality.
Yeah. So I don't know if he'd do a podcast or whatnot, but I don't think a lot of the
Am I supposed to do that? That's what I'm not supposed to do. Okay, yeah, I'm not doing it. Yeah,
that was your guy, but don't talk about him, man. That was your guy.
I've been saying it's one example you didn't even use. Patrick Beverly.
Oh, yeah. Well, Patrick basically was off a team when he was doing it. He was trying to find a job and all that. Like that's what I'm saying. It's different. It's players worried about the future, bro. Like these are certain. Draymond Green, don't you? He was trying to be on what's that? Inside the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
He got a podcast. Guy like Paul George, you can see he's going to try to be on. He's going to try to be like Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady and you feel me, those guys when they were on ESPN and all that stuff. That's what I see Paul George doing now, as far as his career once that's over or whatever. So Patrick Beverly tried to do the same thing. He was one foot out the door, try to keep himself relevant as far as the NBA and that type of stuff. Like most of the main guys
he's going full Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith now.
So did Kendrick Perkins. You feel me? That's what they did. It's not even like I don't even hate on it. At this point, this conversation right here, not even a hate conversation. Like it's not even like saying this is horrible. I'm actually it's a clap. Like go do what you do, make your money, bro. Like a lot of these players, this being in sports is not forever. We like most folks should know that. A lot of people don't know that. But a lot of these folks, Kendrick Perkins and all, they had a niche. They had a role. You feel what I'm saying? Like they were guys that did that type of stuff. So eventually it's gonna, you feel me, go away. And Kendrick got hurt. So luckily he did have a career as long as he did have it. And then go do what you do on ESPN and all that stuff. Like I may not agree with your takes. And again, you have the freedom to have your takes and all that stuff. But as far as just respect as a man and all that stuff, like bro, you move. Like you were grinding, making money for you and your family and all that stuff. So I'm happy for them guys to go do that type of stuff to stay relevant and all. I just wish they would use their power for the greater good. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
the part I feel like. I wish you would use that, but I could appreciate you and respect you as far as doing that though, because like Patrick Beverly, bro. Patrick Beverly overachieved and everything damn near in life. You feel what I'm saying? Like it is what it is, whether you like him or not. But I just wish he would stop doing that for clickbait and trying to get more eyes and all that stuff. Like you got enough eyes on you now, bro. Now speak the language. You a guy to overachieve. Speak the language now. And let us know what happened. But it is what it is.
Yeah, like I said, for me, that's the only thing. For years, those players cried about what the Skip Bayless and the Stephen A. is doing. They said, "Well, if you can't beat them, join them." It's like, bro, you have the power to shift the tide, bro. But they just, like I said, it's easier for me to just go with the flow than it is for me to fight up against the upcurrent.
Was Skip and those guys talking about Kendrick Perkins and Patrick Beverly? No, so they weren't like, man, these guys stop talking about me. They like, man, guys, start talking about me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what.
Hey, look over here, y'all.
Remember what I did?
DeMar DeRozan better than Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, Kendrick Perkins, this is the guy that was champion for the Boston Celtics that one year and didn't play, and they probably could have won other years.
He said stuff over here. He said stuff.
Like that guy. So that's what he's on, bro. So I can respect it in a way, but like I said, I just wish they were more. You feel me? Just for the game, man. Like they're part of the problem right now. I hate that.
Here we are thinking, oh man, the players gonna speak up now. We good to go. Because every time I hear players speak up, I always think of, you already know my favorite show. You already know my favorite show. I still to this day go back and watch highlights. Open Court, boy. That's my favorite show. I like the candidness they had, man, the openness they had, right? I liked all that. Because you feel like you got the real and the unfiltered, right, from them guys. And now it's just everything just feels so manufactured, bro. It's just like, I don't know if that's real or not. You know what I mean? It's like, so
scripted. Everything is scripted. Them. That was just, they were just sitting there rapping. They were being friends. You could tell these are conversations they would have, like, obviously they got to still be professional and you can't say certain words and all that stuff, but they were having conversations like they would have if they were sitting around having dinner or something like that, like about I bust your ass, something like that. Like that's the conversation. That's why it seems so cool. And now you got Kendrick Perkins and like you said, making hot takes to be like Skip Bayless's and Stephen A. Smith's and
you don't think we ever get a show like that again, huh?
We will. We're gonna get something at some point where they follow.
Will it be as authentic as it used to be though? That's the thing.
I mean, I can see the NBA getting to the point where we follow the players, kind of like we do in wrestling now. They got an Unreal show now in wrestling where they like highlight on Netflix what happens behind the scenes and all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, they got that for NBA too.
They got that little starting five or whatever it's called.
Yeah, like that. Every year where they change the
But I feel like they're gonna have like a real, like they're gonna go like Hard Knocks, where we with teams and all that type of stuff.
Following during training camp and all that.
And all that. Yep, and doing that type of stuff. It's gonna eventually get this. So I don't know. It's gonna still be manufactured. I don't know if we'd ever get to a point where they just freely. I mean, maybe, bro, if they get it on a type of network that allow them, but I don't know if the NBA would let their image be like that because it's gonna be a bunch of words and all. I don't know. It depends on Adam Silver.
Yeah, hey, you just don't want to get like a Mad Max or Tim Hardaway Sr. or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
saying all kind of stuff, bro.
Anthony Edwards, it's good. You following Anthony Edwards? Like, I know they got him for that starting five thing, but you follow him all year. I bet you Anthony Edwards saying some crazy stuff, Ja Morant and all that. You go follow Minnesota next year. That's what. Let the cameras go follow Minnesota next year. And that's it.
Ball. You know he be saying all kind of crazy stuff during.
He said during the season, doing the interviews and all that stuff. So
yeah. He got fun for that before. So yeah. Now I hear you. All right, let me turn the page to this right here, King. Check this out. So this right here is something we kind of talked about before. So Bill Simmons says, "quote NBA is in a worse place than it was 4 or 5 years ago." That's according to Bill Simmons' harshest critique of Adam Silver so far. When we got this right here, can you read this real quick, bro?
Yeah, from Basketball Network, it says Silver has made several brilliant moves since taking over as commissioner, but has the essence of the game been lost along the way? Some of the things that are happening with the league, the second apron thing they did, the CBA that they negotiated with the players to put in basically a hard cap, is having so many bad ramifications already for team building, for players staying in the same place. And they did this to basically protect the owners so everybody could make more money, Simmons explained on his podcast. Now they're going to do expansion, which I personally think that hurts the league, and I would much rather see them relocate. He said they're also doing this NBA Europe thing, and all these things are really smart financial moves, but I don't think any of them have made the NBA better. I think the NBA is in a worse place than it was 4 or 5 years ago because they're making business decisions and not league decisions.
God dang, boy,
bro. That first slide you had, I was like, damn.
Did you see? I think it was like in the first paragraph what he said when he said the owners are about the money.
Mm-hmm.
When you asked me that day, do they like this new CBA? And I told you, yes, they do. Why did I tell you? What he just said there. Because the owners want their money, bro. They this kind of go back when we talking about the Portland owner. Mm-hmm. You were saying, hey, you don't care about none of that. You don't care about the winning and
no, because he's getting his money.
He getting his money or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what he's talking about. He's like, it's more of I know it's a business, but the days of using this guy's name, Mark Cuban and whatever, being passionate and all that stuff, or even Steve Ballmer, because now he's handcuffed because he has to be within those ramifications, those rules that they put in place or whatever.
So he creeping and doing sneaky stuff to try and get past it.
You know what I'm saying? But that's another story for another day. But the point I'm making is like you're not gonna get a lot of owners like that no more. You're going to start getting more owners like the owner over in Portland because of stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all making money over there? Yeah, Phoenix. Minnesota. Well, he like spending money, but now he got handcuffed. Remember, he got handcuffed.
Well, I'm sorry, I meant the old. I'm sorry, the old owner of Phoenix. We got that new one with Kevin Durant. I'm sorry,
but yeah, because he started spending money, but then it's like as soon as he came in, I think the new CBA kicked in a year after he came in. That's when they started like, hey, we gotta let Bill and all them go, or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, so yeah, bro. But my bad. Let me get your thoughts on this.
No, you good, bro. When I saw that first slide when it said the harsh critique about the NBA is in a worse place, I was going to say, you can't say that, bro. That's double-sided because the NBA is it's obviously in a better place than it was, like financially, expansion as far as over the world and all that stuff. I think the issue is, I'm gonna try to talk about this outside the bubble. I'm gonna take my feelings out of this, and I'm gonna really try to talk about it. I think it's two-way. I do think he's hurting the NBA for the old school, right? Like I think people like us, Bill Simmons, folks like that watch the game for so long. It's not the same game. It's completely different. But at the same time, the global impact that Adam Silver is continuing to reach, from David Stern, is at another level. So I feel like this is not our game anymore. It's our game, if that makes sense. Like it's not our game here in the States anymore. It's our game. Everybody's game. Yeah. Like, so I think in a way we have to kind of step away from it and realize that, yeah, it's changing for the good. Like all change, when things are different, it hurts in a way because you sometimes got to give up things for change. That's how equality and stuff works, but I don't want to get in that conversation. But I do think like it sucks, and I think it's things that Adam Silver does need to do different for the game. I think he need to put his foot down. We talk about it all the time, the All-Star game, that type of thing. Like just have a standard for your league. Like your league is this way. Like the MLB has their game, this and this and this. They have their standard. NFL has the same thing. Do not keep changing the NBA from year to year. We should have a standard that we go to every year and understand how it works. But at the same time, some of these moves that he is making, it does make it better. The game is becoming a better game just in general as far as the global impact and what it's going to become overall in years to come because of him. But I just wish he would, like you say, the CBA and things. That's not even him. You feel me? Like that's not him. That's not even him. The CBA. That was the players and their owners. Shout out to our guy again that you had on the other show, CJ McCollum. Like, I cannot believe when he did that. And CJ was supposedly quote unquote a smart guy. Like, I'm like, what is going on, bro? Like, they got you in that room and you really agreed to this. So yeah, I don't think that's an Adam Silver thing, but yeah, the back two-sided thing, bro. I just think he's good for the NBA, but at the same time, he's bad for the NBA. Maybe he just need a better advisor, a more stern advisor, pun intended, beside him.
Now, you know what's funny, bro? I was listening to somebody the other day talk about the CBA or whatever, right? And they were saying kind of what me and you've been saying here for like the last however long this CBA been going on. Somebody said, I don't know why the players signed up for this. Anybody could have told them that what we're seeing right now, where you see these players, they're having to trade guys like a Jaylen Brown because he's making so much, or a Luka and them because they're going to ask for a supermax and they can't go, can't stay within. They got to stay within a certain parameter because they can't put a proper team around guys who's making that much or whatever, right? And the guy was saying you're going to get to the point where now even the restricted free agents are going to be hurt behind this. They said everybody and their mama knew about this, but this was going to happen 2 years going into the CBA. So why didn't the players know about this or whatever? Why did they sign up for this? And so that's why I said, bro, it's that I don't put that on Adam Silver. Like you said, it's a lot of other things I put on Adam Silver. I don't put the CBA. Like players, I should have did your due diligence, man, and really combated this.
Yeah.
Because the owners didn't fight it. It was never the owners who was saying like, we think about doing a strike or whatever, or shut down the league or whatever. It was the players when this was going on. That was the rumor that was going around before they actually agreed on or whatever, right?
The owners want parity.
Like no, it didn't be about the parity. The owners like to save their money.
But I'm saying if they can get their money and get parity, where it's not the teams. If I got a chance to win and it hurts LA, you feel me? I'm getting money. LA and them can't get way ahead of me and all that. Like this is awesome for the owners.
No, this is awesome only because I can win on a discount.
Yes.
I can win on a discount. Like I don't, and I listen, either way, I'm making more money than I was on the previous CBAs or whatever, right? Yep. Win or lose. Like that's all they care about, right? Because like you said, if it really was about winning, you would be doing what the Golden State Warriors owner did before the new CBA, right? Bomber was doing or whatever. I ain't talking about the Kawhi stuff. I'm talking about just in general. You know what I'm saying? Spending a lot of money, having one of the highest payrolls or whatever. Like you be doing stuff like that.
Everybody not that rich. Like, so it do benefit some of the guys that are cheaper owners that want to play the game. No,
but I mean, like when I talk about spending the money, King, I'm talking about like not doing what Poland is doing, where you're going super duper cheap.
Yeah, right? I know where you got money left over.
I ain't saying like
do dumb stuff like that.
Like Oklahoma don't have a lot of money, right?
Yeah,
but they're able to do certain things to kind of help put them in the conversation or whatever, right? That's what I'm talking about. But like, because when people say spend money, you think like, oh, just go get the most expensive team ever. That's not what I'm talking about. there's certain things that you can do to help your team to be better. Like, you don't take stuff away from them, right? Like, oh, instead of us flying in a private jet, you flying commercial, and you know what I'm saying? And you gotta wait till your call is or whatever. I'm A or I'm B or whatever to get on the plane or whatever. I ain't talking about all that, right? So it's just like I'm not a billionaire, of course. So it's kind of hard for me to say this, but as a fan, right? You this is all pretty much generally for the fans of the game or whatever, right? But I think I told you this before, like for those people, those guys ain't never been fans, right? Those guys aren't fans. It's very rare you get the Bombers and the Cubans of the world, right? Where they're like fanatics of teams or whatever it is. That's very rare. And remember, I just named 2 guys. That was it. You can't name another guy in the NBA. And so that's why, like I said, it's they are treated like a business. They did treat it like a business, but they understood, like you said before, they understood that winning also adds to that. I.e., the Golden State Warriors. As soon as they started winning, what happened? They became one of the top 5 franchises in sports on the Forbes list because they were winning, right? The New England Patriots, they were never known as a top 10 franchise in sports or whatever. Once they started winning, what happened? That they moved up in the Forbes list, right? That comes with it.
And they had even been to a few Super Bowls. They just never got it done, and they weren't a big.
Never got it done.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's why I said, like when I was talking about the Portland Trailblazers, I was like, you don't understand that when you winning, that also gives you more money. But I guess they feel like right now at the front end, if I'm gonna get to that, I gotta spend the money first.
But I think they think
you know what I'm
saying? They're doing a calculated risk. It's like, which one is easier to do? Is it easier to win a championship
the money right now?
You feel me? Or is it just to get the money right now and do it? Because even if I spend the money, I may not win a championship. You feel me? There's been a bunch of teams that do it. So they taking the cheaper version, the cheapest option, like you say, like it's the easier, bro. I could do this, but damn, what if I don't win? It's a waste of my time. I did that. So why don't I just
spend all that money, didn't win?
Yeah, like why don't I just go and do this? It's crazy because I wanted to add since this new CBA is happening, this is wild. Have you ever heard of any draft class where none of the players were on the same team they ever been on? They started off on. Have you ever seen it before ever? 2018 is now that way. I believe I heard 2018 is officially away now. No player on that been drafted on the same team.
Yeah, no,
that's unbelievable, bro. That's and we talk about 2018 is the great draft. That's crazy.
Yeah. Or the top 10 or something like that is not on their same team.
I thought it was like damn near every player. They said
it might be.
That's what I'm trying to think because I'm thinking of every player in my head right now, and I can't think of one that's on the team. What's the name gone now from Minnesota? I mean, from Memphis.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson. Yeah,
Trae Young gone.
Trae Young. Shoot, John Collins been gone.
Yep. Who's still on their team for 2018?
Marvin Bagley.
Okay. That's unbelievable, bro. I've never seen nothing like that before.
Nah, that is new, bro. Like I said, man, my argument, I always tell you, bro, this. Like you said, I'm being a little candid. I've always said this. You heard me say this before. I like the game. I don't love the game like I used to. Like I used to like damn near worship basketball. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. To the point I'm riding around, like I tell folks all the time, to my wife, boy, I used to stay with sneakers in my trunk and a basketball just in case something break out.
In case somebody say something. Yep.
Shout out to my cousins, like, my cousins and stuff, man. We go to the house. Man, you want to go around the corner? What you say? I got a basketball in the trunk right now.
We used to hoop in the snow, bro. It be snowing outside. We go out there and hoop and all that, bro. Like, you want to hoop? I don't even care. It's cold as hell. Put some long johns on.
It's 200 degrees outside. We drenched. We out there hooping. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fred, though, man. We hooped all the time, man. But yeah, bro. I just, like I said, bro, but I'm also one of those people. I know we had this kind of standoffish type of rivalry against with the younger generation and an older generation, right? With the my generation is better than your generation. We see that all the time, especially now with social media being as prevalent as it is. And so I try not to be one of those people where it's like, man, the new school is trash or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. I just take it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their path, it's the same way we had our path, right? So that's how I kind of look at it with them. Now, are there some things that I wish that they would change up? We talk about it all the time. Yes, there are some things I wish they would change up. You know what I mean?
Do you like all the new cartoons that come out?
No,
Like cartoons that come on Nickelodeon and all that stuff?
no.
No, you don't like them because they're not meant for you. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Like when we watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it was meant for us. When we
Mhm.
we older now, they still make a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the next
That ain't for
generation of
us.
kids. That's not for us.
Yep.
So we get like a special show like an X-Men 97, like you're saying now, where it's like the continuation for us back then to be like, well, what would have happened if we'd have kept the story going and all as now watching as adults. I
Yep.
do the I go through the same thing with wrestling. I sit and I'm like, damn, bro, this is not the same. This ain't the wrestling I grew up watching. This ain't the same thing. And I'm like, it's not really for me. They want to make sure they get money from kids. They want the kids to be yelling to their parents and hey, can you get me this and this and this and this and this? It's not for me. So you gotta work, you gotta understand that in a way, bro. It's the evolution of anything. It sucks for us, but it is. You watch yourself get older.
I always equated to music.
Yeah.
What was our parents telling us we was young? Man, this ain't music.
Man, this ain't the same. Yeah, you like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
music
this ain't
trash
music.
back in the day.
And now what we doing?
I don't listen to new music at all, bro.
I don't know little ooh, little PP, little qua, whoever. I don't listen to none of them cats. All of them sound the same to me, right? Like I'm like, what is
Queen
this?
be saying that to me. She be like, I don't be knowing nobody. I'm like, who is that? And she be like, damn, you know that person? So I'm like, no,
bro. It's to the point I have to ask my wife if I see something like, oh, it's some went viral. Oh, little ooh, did this on. I'm like, all right, man, who is this? Yeah,
no disrespect. I didn't even know. Like,
maybe you would know. I don't know who none of these folks.
I didn't know anything about Kai Cenat and all that stuff.
I started saying
like,
I always wondered why they were famous.
Bro, and all that stuff. I didn't know anything about these people. I didn't know till like I started seeing stories about Logan Paul and the bad stuff he did or was doing, and people didn't like him.
The only reason why I knew about Logan Paul now because remember Vine back in the day.
Yeah,
he was on Vine.
Vine things and all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like. But a lot of that stuff, I don't get up to date, bro. Like it ain't for me. Like these guys are like damn near 20 years younger than us now.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like that's like Luca is 15 years younger than us and stuff. Like, bro, when he was a newborn, we were damn near getting out of school almost. Feel me? Like
yeah, pretty much.
Like that's a total different generation. We generations away from this dude. So nah, bro, it is what it is. Like Luca, like the damn same age as my nephew, or younger than my nephew, I think. So. And I watched my nephew from birth. You feel me? Like, so it is what it is, man. It ain't the same thing. It ain't. I don't want to get off my lawn, like you said, but we gotta help push the game forward. We need Adam Silver help as well. Like old people who used to watch the game, we all gotta help push the game forward. I feel like it's all of our jobs. That's what the show is.
Yeah, because I think two things will probably help. Excuse me, if Adam Silver will be a little bit more inclusive for those guys. Make them feel inclusive. That way they will be inclined to kind of help push the game forward. And then, of course, I know this ain't going to ever change, but, social media it's got to be a way to where you got to kind of, I ain't saying that they got to sit here and say, okay, you're right the whole time. This guy's the best or whatever. Not that. It's just that the misinformation that's being spewed out there, you know what I'm saying, it's really the crux of everything that's kind of started with the divide or whatever, right? You always hear me. I've said this a million times. Where growing up, we used to watch the old school players because I remember our age group. We never disrespected like the Dr. J and all that, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all that. We want to learn more about those guys, and we learned so much about them that we implement them in our debates and stuff like that when it came to the 80s and the 90s or whatever, right? And so, like we learned we love the actual game, and I don't think the kids love the game. It's like, oh, I like it. It's cool. I'll watch it.
They love players.
But like I said, we used to watch and follow this stuff religiously. You know what I'm saying? Like you always heard me talk about, bro. I used to run to my mom would buy a newspaper on Sundays. My pops would, before he even grabbed it, right? I'm going through it, give it a sports section. Here you go. You had a rest or whatever, right? And so he was fighting over the 4 sports sections and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, like, I used to do that type of stuff as a kid, man. And like I said, now, I guess because it's 24/7, it's in your face all the time. I'm not in a hurry to go do it or look at it or watch it or read it or whatever, because, man, I'll check it out here in the next 2.5 seconds because it's going to pop right back up again. Somebody else going to post it or whatever, right? So I guess the way you consume it, too, is a little different. Well, it is different, but just that motivation and stuff like that. I guess because we didn't get a lot of it constantly 24/7, you did want to know more about it. Like, dang, I want to know what they're doing right now during the week to prepare for that game on Wednesday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like you like you said a minute ago, you following guys on social media and all that stuff.
It's players.
You know what I mean?
You want to know what players. You get more as you get more access. You become more fans of that person, individualizing and putting, immersion and all that stuff. Like, it's less about teams. The game is moving forward. It just wasn't the way we enjoyed the game, but that don't mean it's not right for other folks to enjoy the game the way they enjoy it. So I'm fine with that. I think a lot of players need to reach peace with themselves to move the game forward. I say that because I really think Michael Jordan finally is coming like really at a peace with himself. Kobe Bryant did it a peace before he passed. Rest in peace. You could tell it. Like, it was like Kobe was going to the next chapter, and he was like, I don't mind passing on information, or I know how great I was. Mike is like, you hear him talking about it, you see him like taking pictures with folks. Mike used to be a guy, you don't take pictures with me. I'm Michael Jordan and all that stuff. Like, he out here out and about showing off, like talking about other players and all that stuff. I think that's him being at peace with himself. And I still like to say, what do you take behind after you go, bro? Like, why do you have to be the only person and I'm not saying, I know Mike the GOAT, you feel what I'm saying? But you can pass on recognition for other folks. Not saying he didn't. I'm just saying for all players before you move on, because once you go, what are you taking? Like, are you sitting in your grave hoping people yelling at you to GOAT? You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh man, I'm gone. I hope they're yelling I'm the GOAT and all that stuff. Pass the game forward. So I thought that's what everybody's duty was. You feel me? Like, when I'm dead and gone, my job is to help future generations. That's what I hope an impact, a legacy is, or whatever like that. So a lot of players need to understand, move the game forward. That's why I really appreciated what George Gervin did when somebody asked him about it. And he was like, bro, why would we talk about me right now? Like, I was doing my thing back in the day, but these players today, they doing what they do, and I don't even think we can't even see me versus them and all that stuff. I was like, go ahead, George, man. That's how you move the game forward and all. Players just, why is Charles, I understand why Charles Barkley talked about Draymond Green, just using this as an example. Charles Barkley should never talk about Draymond Green because Charles Barkley can never play Draymond Green. Right now, Draymond Green will kick Charles Barkley's ass in a game of basketball. And he should be able to do that because Charles Barkley too old. We can't see that happen. But he talked about himself and defended himself because Draymond Green brought that up. I understand. But we shouldn't have players doing that to each other because it's different. Like, we can never see it. So why are we doing it? Just help the game move forward, bro. And respect, again, the wrestling. Last point on it. John Cena did that to Roman Reigns. They asked him who's the GOAT. He says the GOAT is Roman Reigns. I move it forward. That's the next guy that does it. Thank you, John Cena. That's what you're supposed to do.
I agree, man. Speaking of moving forward, King, I want to get your thoughts on this right here. So, Legs and I can't think of the guy's name. He's a former guy of ESPN.
Yeah, he gray as hell now. Why can't I think of his name?
Hey, he was part of the era of ESPN we actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say he not SVP because
what's the other game? The guy that used to have a little witty little.
Not Maine. Not Maine. I know you talking about. Maine had his own like little segment and stuff where he's going around the world and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's not him. Yeah, that's not him. I can't think of his name.
Because he's gray now, bro. It's like I know who he is. I knew he was gonna think it was Maine, but it's not him. It's not him.
Right. But yeah, let's see what they're talking about, man.
When you are looking for the next face of the league, is it a guy like Luka who has done what he's done in LA and they're in a real transition situation there? Is it Wemby, or does that depend on what he does for the rest of these finals? And what about a guy like Cooper Flagg? I mean, Cooper only the second player since Jordan to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals as a rookie. Where do you see the next face of this league?
I think all of those guys are great answers, but I think so Cooper Flagg clearly has everything you're going to need. But look, right now he's on a team that is going through complete transition with even like their roster. They're going to have a new coach. So where he's starting from, it's going to take time. But when you talk about intangibles of just the competitive nature, the all-around game, he's media friendly. That's important, I think, whoever that is going to be. And like a guy like Victor Wembanyama, like the natural intrigue is there because of just what it looks like. And some of the things he does. And every game I watched Victor Wembanyama play last year, thought to myself, at least once, he was going to do something. And you go, that's the only person on earth that could have done what he just did.
Yeah.
And so that intrigue and that's everybody's interested in watching that. Now, he's a little bit, like I said, he's very, very intelligent, very introspective, but he's also comes off almost a little bit shy in some ways. And the trust factor with the media, he's got to get better with that. He's got to embrace that more. But he's young and he's a foreign-born player, so this is a lot for him. But he's going to improve in that area over the next 2 to 3 years.
Well, get your thoughts on that, King.
I don't disagree with anything Leg said. I would love to hear his opinion on Luka as far as saying that part, but I don't disagree with anything he says. Like Cooper Flag has an all-around game. I do. This is a hard question to ask folks. It's like there's not words to explain how I feel about this topic. Like, because it goes back to that it again that we always talk about. Like, I can't. The guy that's going to be the guy, we going to know he the guy from the beginning. That's how I always feel. So, like, even when we saw, like, so Kobe had his own instance and we had to sit back and all because we were going through Shaq still and all. So we didn't get to see Kobe. It was circumstances and all. Tim Duncan, like, even shout out to BG and all. We talking about since day one, 98, winning the title in 99. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you saw that. You saw the LeBron. LeBron by year 2 was damn near 30 points and all that stuff. Ended doing 25 and 5 in that time where it was ridiculous. Like, you see that. Well, maybe we'll see with Cooper the second year, whatever like that. But you really, like, it's just something about them dudes. Victor, I always said there was something sketchy about his offense that didn't hit me. Like, he not the prettiest offensive game where it's gonna be like, he's that dude and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know if we have him. And I talked about that before as far as the league. Like, we need somebody that's going to be, damn, bro, he nice. Like, where we going to hate on him so much? And that's the question, like I said, with Luka and all, but I don't know if his defense ever going to be good enough. Like, will we hate on him enough where he has to win? Really, that's what the player got to do. You got to get a player where he's so good that everybody going to hate on him and say he can't win until he wins. That's what the great players usually go through, as far as in my opinion. So, or at least when you're by yourself, when you don't start with the player beside you, like a Kareem or a Shaq or something like that. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know if it's going to be Cooper Flag. I don't know if it's going to be Wemby. Right now, looking at this group of guys it's still going to be a bunch of guys that we talk about in different times and all that stuff I see right now until we get that guy.
Bro, I want to talk about what constitutes a face of the league. Because I'm sorry, I gotta keep bringing this up, guys, but this is what we have, an example we have to use, because like I said, when we were growing up, we looked at it different. There was a reason why Jordan was the face of the league, not just because he was good in interviews and selling shoes or whatever. What constituted all that? The fact that he was doing what? He was winning, right? The fact that, you know what I'm saying, he had all the intangibles. Like I said, he had the marketing ability. He also had the effect on the court, right? That's what made him the face of the league. Y'all always heard us talk about the fact that a lot of people didn't put him in the GOAT conversation until after his second championship. Yeah. And so, like, I think I understand that people want it so bad, right? You want to have another player that had that Jordan effect, somebody that you can build the whole entire league around, that brings that attention to the league like Jordan did, right? But I don't think we let things play out.
Yeah.
Which means, because what they end up doing is they jump the gun too quick, right?
Sharp.
And then when it don't work out, then guess what you're doing? Instead of you just letting it kind of, okay, he had a little hiccup, let's just move on and hope that he do better or whatever. We got to start tearing him down now.
Yep.
And it's like, then if that's going to be the case, then you're going to get guys like Anthony Edwards saying, you know what, I'm good on that face of the league thing. I'm just going to go out here and do my thing, and I don't care about the face of the league stuff, right? You're making guys not want to be the face of the league. You're putting a lot of pressure on these guys to be, because hey, all you heard people say about Wemby, he better than Jordan. So now guess what you're doing? You're putting a lot of pressure on Wemby. So then when he don't become Jordan, then guess what you're doing? You're tearing him down, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the part about. That's why I was wondering, like, when people say face of the league, you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of things that constitute the face of the league. It's not just because he on TV a lot or whatever, bro. It's a lot. And one of the main things that growing up was winning.
That's the main thing. But the stars have to align, bro. The reason you can gamble on basketball is because there's a little bit of luck involved. Like, and winning the championship, all that stuff, there's a little bit of luck involved. The stars have to align. You have to get the player. You got to get the GM. You got to have the coach. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you have to. It ain't to get a player. it ain't just a player. The team has to be already ready for that player. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it got to be, okay, we got this. Or if we don't, we know the last move to make. Chicago had to move Doug Collins for Phil Jackson. That's like, all right, we got Jordan, Scotty here. Move Doug Collins away.
Man, don't do that.
No, I'm not disrespecting Doug. I didn't say
just give him the,
you about
give
to.
the damn ball.
I'm
King.
just saying we had to go to Phil Jackson from there. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
San Antonio had the foundation already ready. They just had to get Tim Duncan. They had the David Robinson year. They got themselves Tim Duncan. Bam, there you go. We got a situation going on. Golden State with some luck as well. We talk about all the time with Steph Curry and his ankles and all that stuff. Helped them out as far as luck. Like, you have
the
to
money,
have
not Kevin Durant.
And also had Jerry West around as well that stopped him from doing dumb things and all. You have to have a little bit of luck, bro. So, like you say, the league is so quick to try to make the face will make himself. That's how I feel
we've been saying that.
Don't make a face. The face will make himself. They'll be the face.
I want him to be the face. Let's just push him out there. Oh, whoa, what? Why do you feel in the first round? Just let it.
Why ain't Jalen
Brunson
the face? I'm dead serious. Based off of what he did last year and this track, like
won
all the
9
ESPYs
trophies
and all that stuff.
Yeah, won 9 trophies in 1 year. You know
what I
mean?
Why ain't he the face of the league? Why isn't nobody yelling he's the face of the league?
Because he doesn't have a VORP. His VORP ain't up there, and his sink ain't up there, and his toilet ain't up there. What else? His foot ain't up there.
Yeah. Well,
all those advanced analytics for people who don't know.
The next face of the league will show himself. There's no that's why I go against so much of what the league shows, because they choosing a face. I'm like, bro, you can't choose that. You feel like you can't choose that. I don't care how much you want Ja Morant and his exciting dunks to be the face. That ain't what make just because you point at him and say that don't mean the face.
And I think my opinion, bro, the league is panicking. LeBron is 42. Let's be honest. I don't care if you don't like him or you like him or whatever the case is. LeBron's still the face of the league. If I was to ask a random person, I always shout out to Cause We Geek. I always use my wife as an example. You know, she's not a comic book reader. She's not a sports watcher. She don't know nothing about. She know Dirk and Jordan. That's it, right? Don't really know nothing a lot about sports. If I was to ask her, if I said the word NBA tour, it's just name a player from the NBA, I'm guaranteeing the first player she's gonna name is LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, we went through this again. Go ahead.
So when you say the face of the league, when people LeBron still being the face of the league, I think people it's kind of the same thing. Remember when Jordan toward the end.
That's what I was gonna get to. Remember, we went through this. We saw this. We saw Jerry Stackhouse.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, King. When I was a kid, kind of knowing that, you know, when Jordan retired in '98, bro, I was like, damn, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, bro.
Like,
I told you once he retired the first time, I was lost. That's when I started watching Grant Hill and all that stuff. I was like, all right, well, let me get into the Grant Hill. Then Grant Hill
that's
got
injured. That's kind of when I went towards Penny
and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Then Grant Hill got hurt. He went through his little injury after the little second three-peat and all that stuff. I was lost for a second until really Vince Carter. And Vince Carter was part of the next Michael Jordan and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
the second
coming of Michael Jordan. We went through this as well when Kobe Bryant was the guy, and we were like, nobody didn't know it was a whole bunch of second comings of Michael Jordan before it happened. And we were like, Kobe was beside Shaq, so we didn't know that Kobe was right there because he was nice and they started getting to him, but he still was beside Shaq, so we didn't know Kobe was that far ahead of the other guys and all that stuff as far as the other guards. So once we got there, the face doesn't have to be said, bro. Like, he will show himself. It's like, it is what it is. You don't have to call somebody out and make them that and try to it's propaganda when you start doing that. The face will show themselves.
That's where that term when we talk about being manufactured.
Yeah,
manufacturing the face, bro. Like, no, let it naturally happen. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want to do that, bro.
All that stuff. It's going.
Remember Ja Morant was the face.
When somebody's the face of the league, they're gonna separate from the league. You got anybody else? Is it anybody in the league right now that you got that feeling like that Jordan feeling and all that stuff where it's Jordan and then all right, it's everybody else. You don't have that yet, right? Then there's no face of the league. We have parity.
Now, the only thing is when LeBron leave, is the league cool with that?
You see that
until you get a face?
I don't know if it's real. I mean, they're in a good position. It's gonna not be as so the league gonna be better when they get the next face. That's when it's gonna be a complete full circle and everything will be the best. But it's already moving. That's why LeBron can leave. But shout out, I don't know if it's true or not. I sent you the message, But Adam Silver allegedly not releasing the schedule until LeBron decides his team.
Yeah, I heard something about that too. I don't know if that's true or not either, but
I mean, I would believe it.
A lot of people are posting it, but so I mean, maybe it is true.
His team, whatever team you're on, gonna be on TV a bunch, so I can believe it. I think it's true, and it should be because LeBron is the face of the league. It is what it is.
So that's why I think they've been pushing, trying to get somebody else because LeBron ain't gonna be around much longer. So it's like, oh, dang, we gotta have somebody else kind of carry the league the same way he did.
It'll
which
work.
Is I'm with you. Just let it play out. Stop manufacturing. Because then, like I said, I didn't say I was Jordan.
And you create
so
villains.
If I don't, yeah.
Yep. The league creating villains. That's what they're doing.
So they're going the opposite. They want to create villains.
Yeah, they're creating the villains for the hero. We're gonna need a real hero. I need a hero. Rest in peace. But
yeah, it's just crazy, bro. But what was it? What was that brought to you by, King?
Fanatics. This I Was Told segment is brought to you by the folks over at Fanatics. Fanatics is the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and players you love the most, including WWE. You can earn fan cash to redeem when your orders, jersey protection for when your favorite player is traded or changes teams. They also have an unrivaled selection of authentic fan gear and Fanatics exclusives that are only available on the site. So if you need some merch and are interested in helping the channel, scan the QR code on the screen or follow the link, which is always in the description.
Wife just got a nail in the tire.
Damn.
Well, she be having the worst look, I swear. But yeah, listen. If you guys can do us a favor, man, follow us over here and follow our merch. Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Scroll on down to the description box below. Click on that link to our site where we have all our merch. And also, too, members of the channel, you already know, if you go on that site and you order anything, you got a permanent discounts. You can use it as many times as you want. Not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. On and on. As many times as you want, y'all. So scroll on down to the description box below and click on that link and check out the sites. All right, King, let's get to the question in the comments, man. We can call it the afternoon.
Sponsored by True Classic.
The most interesting customer came into True Classic today. A young man came in right when the doors opened and said he had a job interview in just 30 minutes. The challenge, or so he thought, he had about $150 to work with. Now, in most places, that's a fancy shirt, maybe some nice socks. But at True Classic, when you add more, you save more. So not only did I set him up with a pair of our 4-way stretch chinos, not only did I set him up with one of our white button-down shirts, I even helped him complete the look with one of our coach's jackets. All for just $130. So he found his fit, looked great for his interview, and I'm pretty sure he got the job too. That's true value.
All right, let's do this. Shout out to Elle in the house. First and foremost, she said a bowl of cereal. Talking about your beginning, bro. Relle always got some unique beginning and end. Hard pass. Elle also says THJ Senior. Well, TH Senior. Elle always has to stick his nose and stuff. But if the players want to have podcasts, just need to be mindful what they say. Facts. I agree with you, Elle. Let's see. Big J in the house. He said, y'all sound like a couple of unks talking about music. Yeah, Big J. I don't know nothing, man. Al said, I never knew who Bad Bunny was, and I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for him. I don't have no problem with him. Like, it's new music. Like, my mom didn't know my music. You feel me? She was like, who is that? And all that. I'm like, you don't know that? Nah.
What's that song? Who sung that song? Bumping My Music. Was that Young Bloods? Sean Paul.
What's Sean? I know he's on Sean Paul and what's somebody, if you don't give a damn, gonna throw it up. Them.
Yeah. I think it was them.
It might be, bro. That might be in the follow-up. Was it the follow-up?
I can't remember, bro. You know we old. I don't know stuff. Shout to Big J.
Big J said the face of the league is like an alpha male. Yes, you don't have to tell anyone you are an alpha, and you don't have to say you are the face. The people will recognize greatness. Facts. That's
what you mean, Big J. You got to let folks know you're alpha now.
Big J also says the media and league can't pick the next face. They have tried and failed repeatedly. Facts in all sports.
What? Let them pick, huh?
And Big J said Bad Bunny is Bug's nephew, like Scrappy Doo. Yo, hold up.
Makes sense.
Bad Bunny be over there wrestling though, bro. He an excellent wrestler, actually. Bad Bunny be showing off. Shout out to Bad Bunny, man. When I last comment about that, when what was that? Cardi B had that song, I Like It or whatever, with Bad Bunny in the back doing his little Spanish, I was like, Queen, who is Bad Bunny? She's like, he on that song. I was like, where he rap? She was like, no, he be doing the Spanish and all that. I was like, oh, I thought that was a sample of on the song or whatever. Like, yeah, I thought she was like, oh, what? I said, I thought that was a sample. When he was doing the Spanish part, I'm like,
man,
he don't speak English. I was just like, okay.
Oh man, and crazy part is he do speak English. He be in the movies and stuff.
I'm like Happy Gilmore and all I saw him, but
he was in
damn, he don't be
Bullet Train.
The way we talk about it, you would think Spanish is number one language over here and all that stuff. I'm like, y'all be understanding what he be saying, but no, he be dropping some.
No, a lot of people don't understand what they said. They said it's like his
his melodies and all that, his beats,
melodies and all that.
I'm like, bro, I'm like, it's the same thing like the World Cup. Like allegedly, America loves soccer. Once the World Cup here and all, we be all, I'm like, bro, soccer ain't nobody be watching no damn soccer. But once the World Cup,
the only two people I know that watch soccer, you already know what I'm gonna say, is Jay and Will. I'm the only two guys. They've been watching soccer forever. They literally watch all sports pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Hockey, soccer, basketball, football. Like
World Cup come around, though, everybody in their mind be like, I'm watching the world. I'm like, I ain't never know you watch no soccer. What you know about soccer? Oh man, I know Messi and all. Like, okay.
I don't, like I said, them the only two people. Even I don't really know a lot of, but yeah, that's the only two people I know that watch soccer, bro. I don't know anybody else.
I don't know many people that watch soccer, and there's
I
not
can't
many
name nobody but
Messi. I know about maybe 5 of them. That's like mainly, and then like I tried to watch the United States back in the day when they had Howard and all. Clint Howard playing the goalkeeper and all, and they had the little run, but they failed. And I was like, all right, I'm done. No, I'm not going to do this. So,
but yeah, man. yeah. He was good in Bullet Train. Like, I didn't even know who he bad. I didn't even know that was Bad Bunny. I thought it was just a guy who played.
Just some dude, bro. Like, that's Bad Bunny. Oh, okay.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't know nothing, man. You know what I'm saying?
I like it like that.
He said, what did he say? He said, I'd rather watch grass grow than watch people keep the ball in dirt. I mean, teach his own, man. I ain't gonna sit here and say it's bad.
It's like I said, I be wanting to get more into it.
Who said that about basketball? Like, why you watch basketball? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna be like
I'd rather
that,
watch football and all, and then like I don't want to.
I've never been one of those people like I never been like, even if it's in any aspect of life, like movies and all that stuff. Why are you watching that for? I mean, that's what they like.
I want to go. Like, I want to go.
Why I watch this? You know what I mean?
If that's the case, you wouldn't have been a geek still. You feel me? Like if people, the way people hate on that stuff, especially when we were younger, like being a nerd, quote unquote, wasn't always the cool thing to be, like it is now. But yeah, I'm fine with all that stuff. And then like I want to go to a NASCAR event before I pass. I hope so.
Tim
a lot of stuff. Oh, it's Tim Howard. That's right. There you go, Al.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Listen, we definitely appreciate y'all, man. Rocking with your boys for another one, man. Y'all already know we're gonna be back here on what you say?
She said she watched the English Premier League forever.
Oh,
yeah, I know you do, Al. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would believe you.
I don't know what that is.
But a league English Premier is the English one.
the English one. Oh, okay, not the Spanish one, but the English one. I got you. And then BJ said, "Don't besmirch what people watch." I was speaking for me. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Not the Spanish one, the English one. Yeah, yeah, bro, that's what it is basically. It's the English.
Yeah,
one.
pretty much. But yeah, like I said, man, we appreciate y'all, man, rocking with your boys for another episode, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, we do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, y'all.
Clint Howard, the actor, ain't it? I think I said Clint. That's the actor. Ain't that Ron Howard brother? Ain't that Clint Howard?
Oh, that's his name. I never knew his name.
You ain't know Ron Howard brother name, bro? Oh
yeah, I never
man,
knew Ron Howard brother. Hey,
I think it is Clint Howard.
What I refer him to? It's Ron Howard brother.
Yeah,
that's all I knew. Man, what's Ron Howard brother? Every time I see him in the movie.
Yeah, that's my guy, Clint Howard. A little side. Go ahead, finish. I'm sorry, bro.
But yeah, if y'all new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, join us here. If also too, hit them likes as well, man. That'll be much appreciated. It helps out the channel in more ways than you know. Also too, hit that join button right there next to the subscribe button, y'all. Consider becoming a member of the channel, like you saw L and Big J here on the screen. It's also different perks as well that come with being a member of the channel. Also too, speaking of Big J, shout out to him, BA and Cuz on Cuz We Geek. We talk about all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Odyssey came out this weekend. We're gonna be talking about it. Shout out to, man, everybody and their mom was texting me yesterday. Everybody and their mama seen it before me. My wife was all stunned. Everybody saw it first? Yes. We the only one gotta wait till Friday to watch stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna watch it today. Matter of fact, I can't wait because everybody who saw it was speaking glowingly, King. I'm talking about 15 fire emojis right behind it, bro. So shout out to them. Okay. 15, it got to be 15. If it's less than 15, bro, that mean that mother trash. Listen. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. X-Men 97 episode. I get this right. BJ gonna kill me. 5.
Yeah, I just saw.
Okay,
did you like
episode
it? Don't even give it a review. Did you like it?
I liked it.
Okay,
I liked it, but I'm a dive a little deeper into it, man, tomorrow. Because it's some things, but yeah. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. It was something else. Oh, Kevin Feige made some comments. What might be getting, the rumor is right now we might be getting the official cast of the new X-Men of the MCU on the 25th, which is around Comic-Con. So we'll talk about that too on tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we got an episode of Cause We Geek tomorrow morning, y'all. So y'all can join us for that. If you're into Star Wars, DC, Marvel, all that good stuff. Over on Cause We Geek every Tuesday evening, Saturday morning. King, is there anything else I'm forgetting?
Hey, Big J, I was gonna say my favorite role was that's a huge Johnson. But pause. Follow us on, if you're into combat sports, follow myself, Queen, Travis, BA, and sometimes Devin on We Talk Combat. So we talk all things combat sports and sports entertainment. I like to call us the best, brightest, and blackest combat sports review show there is on YouTube anywhere else, y'all. Come on over there. We do watch alongs throughout the week. Review shows on Sunday evenings. If you need the video versions of this wrestling stuff, come on over and become a member and get access to our Discord over there. You can help us out, get to our goal of 500, which we're climbing up to real soon, I should say. And yeah, we'll see y'all over here again for Cap and Crown on Monday evening.
Yeah, man. And shout out to the folks, man. Shout out to all the people who viewed the last video, man. Appreciate y'all. Got a lot of views on that one, man. So appreciate the support on that, y'all. Like I said, we will be back here on Monday, like King just said, y'all, for more NBA news.
Oh, we have a guest Monday too.
Oh, who's it Monday? Swish. Yeah, Swish. Sorry, we got to get some lined up. So yeah, we got Swish joining us on Monday, y'all. So we're gonna probably end up talking some NBA. Some Mavs stuff. Yeah, kind of get his thoughts on the Mavs off season and what he expects from them this season coming up. So we'll talk to him on Monday, y'all. So join us for that. But yeah, man, like I said, man, with all that being said, man, it's your boys Relle and King of Cap and Crown NBA podcast, members only edition. We'll be back here on Monday, y'all. Same cap time, same Crown channel.
No cap.
Excuse me, Cap and Crown, man. Listen, y'all need to leave Adam Silver alone. He's doing the greatest job I've ever seen in my life.